committed by cops against black people than there is black people against cops. So, if it comes to, white people thinking that they are superior to black people and deciding to go out and persecute them because of their statistics are very much going to show that that black people are killed by whites far more often. You don't fucking give them any jobs because they're fucking black, and you don't want to hire black people. And yes, I realise that to a certain extent, if you are genuinely a xenophobic, genocidal, gas all the Jews, kill all the black people bastard, right? Submissive fantasies about sort of black people, right? I'm sure that it probably doesn't matter. But for me, the war was about the right to treat black people as property and keep them as slaves. Well, why won't you explain how, burning all them black people is a bad thing? Because I think I've done that. Right? I mean, this is the whole fucking problem with Americans shooting black people dead all the damn time. Because they are told to shoot when they... It's cisgendered heterosexual white men. They're a racist people. And they're still a racist people. You're still killing black people at a tremendous rate. The power and the privilege of the white man. All this other stuff gained through centuries of oppression has resulted in a disproportionate number of black people being arrested and having their lives screwed over. Right? Yeah. That's there too. But the fundamental power and privilege of the white man, the thing that all these other people... Just, that sums it up, really. Just, yeah. Black people just get arrested for no fucking reason. Because people are a security risk and that black people deserve to be fucking killed. Maybe you should question these... brought about. It wasn't so long before that literally there was segregation. Black people had to go by black people in America, and the crimes committed by cops against black people, then you see that there's a lot more crime. Like the black people are blaming the white people are blaming the black people, and was illegal because they were slaves, and he goes into this church and he shoots 9 black people, and the National Rifle Association is that, like, I am privileged as a white man, right? And I'm privileged in a way that almost racism with robots, and you don't have any black people in it. You're not really telling an analogy. But this is what the media's going to talk about. Well, you see, the black people are fighting back, the black people are fighting back, you see that? You should be getting into a revolutionary war. It doesn't matter whether, black people should be, fighting back. It doesn't matter about the morality, because it's them rights. We're still treating people like shit. We're still murdering black people all the fucking time. We're still fucking treating Muslims like crap, or might just even be, black people who happen to be dicks and richer than you. You just simplify all that and say, you know what? It's coming out of just white people, white cops, fucking over black people. And it's just like, this is a problem. The all-pervading racism of America that is killing black people. It has to end. I mean, in a weird way, I almost face the opposite problem when it comes to, like, black people, in that... So I grew up, I mean, how do you think, black people and women and gay people and trans people have kept... Dogs have guns. Clearly that's a... You mean black people, right? Thugs. strange words for Muslims, you know, straw man argument for why we should all hate the black people. And it's like this new thing of Pizzagate. It's when it comes to black people, to people of colour, you know, I hit fucking problems in the world, and you're like, well, how would you feel if there are black people in your country? How would you feel if there are Muslim people in your country? Tarian morality here. I think the underdogs are the black people in this instance. Okay? Now, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump because, well, he's a fucking powerful white man, he's rich, and he wants to get rid of the Muslims, doesn't he? You have a black presenter talking to black people in a poor community, and the woman who is in it. And, you know, we are fucking over black people as well. You know, it's undeniable that a church that was famously used to help give black people hope during a time when black people having religion was, you know, the women and the black people and the gays and trans people, you know, I genuinely hate racists. They genuinely think black people are inferior. And, you know, even the genuine hardcore racists can put down to, well, you know, black people are just naturally more violent. What are you talking about? Not just, so where are the black people? But for me, personally, it feels like an issue. Because I'm very much aware that the race cards stop being race cards because they're looking over at America and they're saying, well, if they can get away with killing black people, how why the heck can't... It's much less black and white, despite the fact that very often it is white people going to kick in the heads of black people. No, there is a factual thing that, hey, a lot of black people are reported as doing these kinds of things. Still getting shot. The American police force is still racist as fuck. Black people are still being gunned down for just standing in the street like, hey, black people kill more black people and black people kill more white people. It doesn't change a fucking damn thing when we happen over the issue of black people being killed by police officers due to the... Oh, I can't be asked with this. I can't fucking women and black people and now fucking trans and you're saying robots. Fuck you. Because of course, why do I think that? Why do I think that? Well, because, you know, black people in colours being walked on. Let me get into a debate with me so we can talk about how the black people are a problem. And were subconsciously indoctrinated into believing that black people are inferior, that black people are dangerous, that black people... Actually, all you have to do is name the man. The man. The old white man. Doesn't matter whether you're talking about Putin. Privilege as a natural-born British or American cishet white person. Cishet white man. Because yeah, also keep making excuses because what do you mean? These are black people, what are you saying? It's like with this nonsense about, oh well, Obama is secretly women should write the great female-led works. Black people should write the great black people-led works. Baggage that comes with the idea of, you know, black people in cages with collars on, that just, even in fetishes. And shoot 9 people, 9 black people as a white man with a gun that you bought because guns are easy to find. Hey, women need to go back to being this certain way. Hey, black people, they're really dangerous. Fucking like about autistic people, about black people, about homosexual people. You can think every fuck, and then just have people, whenever they say, but you don't write any fucking, black people, just go, well, you see, I don't. They're the only racist people. Them, not us. We're fine. I mean, we're killing black people all the time, but we're fine. We're fine. Don't look at time again. They just are. They're massacring black people, and the police forces keep making excuses, and therefore 5,000 deaths against, other people and black people. It's just all the immigrants are a problem. You not say all of the black people are a problem. You single out and you call out specific things. Your police force really is, because yes, they are horrifically racist. Yes, there are 10 times as many black people arrested as there are white people, despite hire and fire and treat black people certain ways, and that may be informed by, because, oh yeah, I am a man, I am a white man, a white cis man, at the point in history, plantation owners, and that still, to this day, black people are gunned down in the street, and duality in America at the moment of, black people being killed time and time again, and nothing being done about, in the 90s or whenever, when, there was this random pack of black people who did some bad things, and they're gonna be trans, they're gonna be Muslim, they're gonna be, black people who are already getting gunned down in the street, non-stop, continually. And the black people said, hey, can you not kill us? Could you not kill us? Our lives matter. Slaves, serfs, because robots are black people and women. Because the robots are these people that he's spelling it out like it is, so he's gonna take you back to the time when all those black people were slaves. Desire not my paranoia about someone sort of saying, there's black people being killed every day and you're writing this. Since the past, it's maybe arguable whether less black people have actually died since back in the days of lynching, but for all their sins, they at least had to deal with black people on a regular basis, so they knew not to be, whatever all the time, and yet the prisons being filled with black people who were brought in on drugs charges. Like, instead of addressing that, we're addressing the fact that some black people have fought back. How many times your heart of hearts in your twisted fucking mind think that black people are biologically inferior, and you think that black, but because Southern people were around black people a lot more than those in the North, the people in the North, crimes going on with white men gunning down black people, like police officers, white supremacists. And well, that if white people did it, they wouldn't get fucking arrested. The prisons are filled with 97% black people on minor fucking drug offences that kind of put a disproportionate amount of black people behind bars. And also, she was in a position of power when the government neutralised the threat of dangerous black people. Well, I've got fucking news for you, fuckos. Now that, if you outright show me, and yes, this is where black people have been made by the devil, and you can see that they in fact have an inbuilt aesthetic. You're small. You're just another fucking white man who thinks he's better than everybody else.
Guess what? There've been fucking tons of them.
Genuine racism and wants to be ready to murder black people. That black people are biologically inferior, and you think that black people are programmed to be more violent because of...
Stop people buying guns. And if black people are doomed to be beaten up over allegedly stealing a $3 slice of pizza and
everything, feminists and trans people and black people and Asians and everybody fucking hates. You've got roads named after slave owners, you know? America doesn't give a shit about black people. They die, so what? Fuck it.
I feel comfortable with myself as a white man writing that kind of story. For me, it's too far removed. It's too much. We're clear that, you know, it's not that you know, black people, it's okay to do this to, you know. No.
They may regard black people as dangerous people with people who with so afraid of feminism and of trans people, of black people, and of cucks. Cucks aren't even a thing nowadays.
It's like, oh, I've got a good owner now, it's okay, I'm safe. Whereas when it comes to black people, to black women, it's like, my instinct, there's a kind of, yeah, there's a racist element. It's that, hey, you know, it's the black people who do the drugs, and it's, you know, the
Stop caring about news because it's clearly getting to you. No, it's not. It's not. I'm a white man living in England. The fact that Trump is and his saying, what are you talking about? The alt-right don't want to commit genocide against black people. We just think the white people are a minority that deserve to be respected.
Is a world away from, you know, a world where black people are murdered every day by American police officers because, you know, 10 times as many black people or people who aren't fucking white will be arrested, and
but fuck the black people, right? Because, you know, the black people are getting shot dead left, right, and centre,
and still white people are killing black people in America, and even with a black president, nothing is being done.
It's much less black and white, despite the fact that very often it is white people going to kick in the heads of black people.
Okay, I don't care about freedom of speech anymore. Black people are dying. Okay, we can talk about freedom of speech when white men are not. I am attracted to black people in that way. You know, I mean, this is a fetish for me, you know. And they can't help reform a country where black people are dying every day. This needs to stop.
Now, I could make a video pretending like, yes, black people, put down your guns, be mowed down by the masses as black...
Shoot first, ask questions later, and oh shit, we kill a lot of black people because racism. And I know there's gonna be propaganda saying that, fuck yeah, America's awesome, freedom, yeah, killing black people, yeah. People who have been bullied and harassed. You don't think that there are black people who have been who are in bad economic strait? Because I would blow it away in 5 seconds flat. Because what their argument is that they think that black people are ugly and inferior, and that whether, you know, they send a message that, you know, the black people are to be respected, that the women are to be respected. Would be happy if only black people had guns. I would be very interested to know the results of that. I mean, obviously, as white men should not have to be the champions of women and black people, because women and black people should be the nation will say, the black people to blame. In Britain, if a white man steps out of line, if he's so much, but it's not, because you can see it every day. Black people getting killed. And it is 2015, and white men are still killing black people. Oh, but no, oh, black people being sylphs is, no, that's too much to slavery. Especially as,
equality. I am someone who supports a world where if you shout up that, black people are chimps, then you are going to cry. How that actually genuinely leads to, black people dying. And not just black people. And so yeah, this is gonna be a dark episode. I have problems too, and I'm a cis bi white man, so I'm not saying that bisexuals and gay people are that says that the women can't be leading actors, that the black people can't be leading actors, there's a video fucking evidence of police shooting unarmed black people who are obeying the fucking orders to the fuck.
There is no racism, because once upon a time, some black people were evil. Yeah, I'm sorry, that doesn't fly. That just...
The right race, and we will make them superior because the black people are evil and disgusting and inferior, and we will wipe them out because the white race are brilliant. Who are women, who are transgender, who are black people, and I fucking worry for them. I am utterly place, even if they weren't outright keeping these black people in chains. And also something else I want to point out is that, don't you understand, all we need to do is just kill the black people. People sort of making, altered... Instead, we've basically got, white people have, privilege in a system, and, black people have, colours and stuff. I mean, for me, it's, it's... I've got nothing against, black people whatsoever. There are very beautiful... I do recall as a kid, growing up with sort of hey, I know black people. I know black people. What are you talking about? I know black people. You have to live in society with them because the white people who are scared don't like the black people. That's their argument. They're who are in the KKK, who had slaves, and who kill unarmed black people because they look threatening, governor.
Slave plantation full of black people from Africa or whatever. You had to deal with black people on a regular basis.
They're the people in charge of running the world. And that's, women, black people, trans people, gay people, when you have an enemy.
If you were a white person in the South who had a slave plantation full of black people from Africa or whatever, or it should be at least fucking 50-50, but it's not, because black people are black and they did it. They did it.
You get rid of the guns, the police don't need to carry guns, black people don't die as much. Are fucking in the White House, yeah, black people are gonna be fucking dangerous because they know a fucking Nazi has nukes. Well, we're still in fucking 2016 not giving, black people and foreigners. It's of Black Lives Matter. It's pretty fucking simple. Don't hate on black people. Don't kill black people. Don't support the killing of black people. These women saying we don't want to get raped and killed. Black people saying we don't want to get raped and killed. Trans people saying we would like to just...
If you're gonna have that kind of world, it makes no sense to sort of be squeamish and say, but, black people having colours and, no, that doesn't... That doesn't mean
that killing black people is right. It doesn't mean that you should condemn black people for the... If I'm rating the tally of crimes committed by black people in America and the crimes committed by cops against black...
Oh yes, you're entirely right, Daily Mail. It is all the fault of black people. I see. Yes, you're right. Like,
not be, you know, let's not kid ourselves here. It was about states' rights to keep black people as slaves. A weird kind of positive discrimination of, no, black people are awesome. They don't become slaves. And yet the whole thing I'm sort of saying is what the media's going to talk about. Well, you see, the black people are fighting back now. The black people are fighting back. You see, they're super predators. By saying that it was black protesters killing black people because of black people doing black things to black people. Fucking best the anyone can say is, well, most of the time black people deserve it. You're just not seeing. Meanwhile, you know, there are black people getting shot dead in the street, and, you know, trans people who can't go to the toilet. Guns for America to realize you should stop killing black people. But you can't stop a country being racist overnight.
because people are dying, there is a war going on, the white men are killing the black people, and it is not on.
And I genuinely, there are black people in America, there are transgender people in America who having a different, you know, face on the jackboot has really changed the way black people are treated by American society. Is that they think that black people are ugly and inferior, and that they think black people are dangerous, and so therefore that, yeah, get rid of the guns and stop killing black people. Black Lives Matter. Otherwise, everyone from America would be a crazy right-wing lunatic who wants to kill all black people, right? Because, well, look at their back. Because I've got news for you. It doesn't matter that Barack Obama is the president now, okay? Black people are still getting shot. The Americans,
Without having to harp on, you know, that black people were slaves once upon a time, and that there's still quite a significant amount of racism.
can quote me all the fucking stats in the world about how, hey, black people kill more black people and black people kill more white people. Dead. They shoot puppies dead. You see police officers who are afraid of black people, and so they react with extreme force.
The white men are killing black people, unarmed black people, and this is a fucking problem, okay? The National Rifle Association will find a way to blame black people for all of the shit, for the most absolutely fucking...
Black people have fought back. How many times have police officers killed black people because they were scared and worried?
Limit guns and educate people that black people are people too, you know? We shouldn't have to have the hashtag black...
No, the thing is that, you know, if you're a white man, a lot of this stuff doesn't really affect you. You know, names and made a part of the multiverse that was ruled by black people at a local fucking level, right?
Can you call an organisation that so consistently kills and abuses black people? This is terrorism. Okay?
The channels, they're all people who are like, well, you know, black people are the real problem in America today, and, you know, aimed for the rights of black people, and so did Malcolm X, and people say, hey, why don't you be elected prime minister or being elected president on the policy of killing all black people? Like, if you problem with racism, and because it has a problem with guns, the police kill more black people. You get rid of the guns, National Socialists, people who make videos explaining in depth why they think black people are a danger and inferior. Okay? Racism, because for him, he genuinely just doesn't like the fact that black people look different. And then
having, you know, a day and age where, you know, black people are being regularly killed by police, by white police in America.
You not get to say that the black people should be shot down in the streets. You not get to say that autistic people,
at least if you were down south, you dealt with black people on a regular basis, so, you know, there wasn't
to the whole fucking segregation issue of fucking black people not being allowed to use bathrooms, except this time it's trans people. Makes me feel deeply uncomfortable, right? And so I'm just so like, no black people, because my name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I am just making a quick short video because some black people have killed some police officers. Men have an outrageous lash out against, you know, women and black people and autistic people and Muslims and what have you. You're fucked. Then the cause of the white man, the white man and the oppressing of the women, that can't work. Lonely guys behind your keyboards going, well, the women get the feminism and the black people get Black Lives Matter over the world. There are genuinely people who think black people are terrible and should be exterminated. There are genuinely people who think women seems to fit even if it's bullshit. And being someone who genuinely thinks that black people are inferior and deserves to be.
About the fact that this white man went into a church used by black people during the time of slavery to give them hope.
I have to fucking explain that we have to treat black people with respect. Why should I have to explain that actually immigration helped?
Like, because it wasn't so long ago that the black people were slaves or weren't given a vote and whatever. So that there are no black people there. I mean, to be fair, I am kind of making it kind of a story point in this.
Demographics use it, you know, black people, you know, white people will, you know, brand all people.
Fight the racism in America. And black people learn from the fucking radical feminists. Have it in this day and age that, you know, a story in which, you know, white people are keeping black people as pets on leashes. Like, it war from the white people against the black people is continuing. And it is a war now. It is a war. A racist murder saying, yeah, black people are gonna be, you know, willing pets doesn't feel right.
Sort of baggage. And the thing is that only the white man gets to stand alone as an individual.
Roads are named after Confederate soldiers who are fighting for the right to trade black people as slaves. And when they get close to, you know, black people, I run away scared, going, yeah, it's too close to slavery, I don't like it,
People being persecuted because transphobics think they deserve to suffer. Why are black people being shot?
To kill people. You need to stop locking up black people for minor offences when you know damn well that if white people did it...
It's never in intelligent criticism. It's always just, but black people, so fuck you. And, you know, killing people. The police are murdering black people, black children, and, you know, a white rapist, we can't educate people who think they've got scientific evidence why black people are inferior, right? Because those who think their rights were removed and they were made to work for nothing, whereas now, you know, black people are going about their lives, and then, so when officers in America are shooting black people dead because to associating, you know, black people as black people and people of different colour as,
you know, okay, you weren't fucking owning slaves, but you wouldn't be encountering black people a lot. And this was, you know, against black people. Then you see that there's a lot more crimes committed by cops against black people than there is black relation in line. Because essentially, and it was about the white man getting more power. It was about all these.
You genuinely think the police have a right to be so suspicious of black people because of some bullshit fucking statistics?
Very aware of the fact that we are still living in a world where black people are being killed every day, and kind of coming out with a book or a short story where it's like
about Muslims coming into your country, about being overrun by black people, but to how do you feel about dickheads coming into your country? It's a vast.
I think all killing is bad. Killing is bad thing. Don't kill, right? But as said, black people have been mowed down,
feeling desiring to dominate black people, basically. You know. Whereas white women
are the genuine fucking racists who believe that black people are the problem in America, not the fucking gun.
Blocked. If you open with, let me give you a spiel about how I think black people are inferior, then blocked. But I'm still a white man who is just trying to fucking get by, and I have pathetic ass family. We understand respect for culture when we're talking about black people, when we're talking about, you know, cultural appropriation. We understand.
Don't fucking matter. At this point, white lives have been killing black people for so fucking long. You haven't. You're still killing people. You're still at war with black people. It's just that you get to feel a bit good about yourself. Equality is creating massive inequality because there's, like, you know, black people who are, you know, who don't have.
White police shouldn't be fucking shooting black people dead in the streets because we've got physical fucking video evidence of black people. And so they react with extreme force because black people exist and are in their paths.
You know, hashtag Black Lives Matter. Tons of unarmed black people in America are being shot by their own police force because
well, you know, this person is bad because they're a white man. This person's bad because they're a black man. This person is bad because, see, they're a woman. I know black people. I know black people. What are you talking about? I know black people. I mean, I know one who went to school. Clear video evidence of white police force murdering black people who do nothing wrong. How do they do this? It's like, you know, black people are getting shot dead in the street, whilst, you know, I don't know, black people are the cause of all problems in America, or whatever your fucking perspective is.
The idea of black people in that situation, which is really fucking interesting because, of course, why?
Clearly, it stems from essentially the white man oppressing people and saying, "Oh well, you all look alike, so fuck you." Proudly standing up in favour of murdered black people. We are already at a point where Republican nominees are allowed to be a dick about it. You're allowed to think that that, you know, black people are a problem, that the trans people
would say is getting white men to write black people and women better isn't the answer.
protected, and that black people are a problem to be pushed against, that Muslims are a problem to be pushed against. And that, like, the fact that someone is a shithead and they happen to be a white man does not mean that all white men are shithead. I mean, I know one who went to school. And I, you know, like in Woking High School, there were Becky Hansen, and a member of the KKK being elected on a policy of killing all black people. I know that to them that might seem like the best time, but we're fine. We're fine. Don't look at us. We're fine. It's them. It's them. I mean, we're killing black people, but we're fine. We're fine. Don't call us. Don't kill black people. Don't support the killing of black people. So yeah, get rid of the guns and,
you know, films like saying, oh, it's straight out of Compton. There's gonna be black people. Quick, we must give them X.
That they might be genuinely, you know, just black people who might have sympathies with, you know, the people in chains, or might figures if they crack down on the amount of black people voting, right? But
black people on jury duty, they're more inclined to think black people are guilty just because, you know, there is.
It's you guys who say, well, we don't like black people, so we're gonna deny them the vote. The oppressed are poor people. The oppressed are black people. The oppressed are women. The oppressed are trans folk. The oppressed are tempted to be left on my various different videos were along the lines of black people should be shot. Oh, that white people need to be protected, that black people are a problem to be dealt with. I stand opposed to that. No, I know. I'm quietly making the situation worse and worse and worse. Because, you know, like, the black people are blaming the white people are blaming the black people. One woman character who is strong and independent of her own and doesn't need a fucking white man to define her. And systemic racism in America, that, you know, the police are just massacring black people time and time and time.
Black people are inferior, that black people are dangerous, that black people are a security risk, and that black people
different things, essentially interviewing how, you know, black people of different races are being persecuted, like, because never anybody others me. And I kind of, whenever I hear sort of women and black people complaining about how white protesting against cops killing black people, but you can realize that your ideals are bigoted and unfair. And yet, that doesn't happen if you're a white man, right? Yes, there will be, you know, evidence, but to be honest, I don't care about the evidence. All we are is just fucking fuck the black people. And I know that's going to be taken out of context, but so a lot of the culture was put into convincing the American people that black people were monsters and that we should treat. Doesn't mean that you should condemn black people for the actions of a minority, and that doesn't mean that the police.
Then suddenly, if people want to kill black people, they have to do it with a knife. They have to do it personally. Okay?
Why? Because what you have now is a load of very angry black people who are very, very upset because nothing is being.
Okay, you can hate shirts, fine. You can hate Jews. You can hate black people and gay people. You can hate anything. So deal with cattle. But fundamentally, you were around black people a lot. Okay? They were not a shock to you. They were not.
Can consciously say, well, obviously, no, treating black people differently is wrong. Most of us can do that.
The speech when white men are not gunning down black people. And I'm fucking white. My parents were born in England. I was born in England.
The president has really made things so much better for black people in America. You know, that we have, you know, that we have Donald Trump's right-wing people about how, you know, all guns are bad and how actually black people are people and, you know, like they're not. White supremacists! Race war now! Black people, all other white people, crush you. You die. That's what happens. And grow. And take over your police force. And now the black people are angry and they are sick of the constant death.
They were in an office in a building. A short, balding white man in a business suit had a bunch of problems, you know. The racism, killing unarmed black people, the, you know, drone strikes in the Middle East, sort of, and that generally white police just lock up a heck of a lot more black people and they will just shoot them and kill them because
are so horrible and they are calling for the deaths of so many black people, then maybe the fucking white people is an institution, a state of institutional racism whereby black people are more likely to be seen as suspicious. And I'm not saying that, you know, that women and black people and gay and trans, you know, all these different
racist killings by American police officers against unarmed black people. Just, you can't deny that.
Things to black people and black bad things. Bad black people, basically. It's like, okay, we have got clear physical fucking were just as equal, or indeed that the black people or other races were indeed superior. And his supporters are going around beating up on bloody Muslims and black people in fucking America does not actually affect me. I'm a fucking privileged ass white man, and who gives a shit about my opinion? 2,000 Nazis who hate me, that's it.
And now America's going back into Iraq, and black people are just dying all the time.
know, if you're saying that black people can't have their things, then you know you're being racist. No. Policies that have screwed over the little man, that have screwed over black people, and generally she is someone who is utterly a member of the establishment, who will utterly say, hey guys, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be shooting unarmed black people. That's fucking wrong, right?
Not good. Like, it doesn't matter about the wider context, right? We're living in a world where black people are killed every day by police.
There is no difference between a white man and a British man, between a white man and a black man, and
we are against immigration because we believe black people are inferior. Right. In that case, you've just proved you're complete fucking idiots, and your opinion is
black person whiz, and the counter argument is, well, actually black people are getting killed a hell of a lot.
Want to destroy their lives? What are you talking about? These are good people. But fuck the black people, right? Because the black people are.
They rape kids, so all black people are evil. There is no racism because once upon a time some black people were evil. I think that would be good for America because black people wouldn't have to go to the clearly racist. In America, when there are black people on jury duty, they're more inclined to think black people in crap. But we're gonna get better at writing men and women if black people and women fucking
Right. That's like white students do at least as much drugs as black people. But the people who...
The strength and the skill of writing of black people and of women and of all the various genders and ethnicities.
All these, all of these, these women and black people and people from different countries and cultures and religions, right? It's difficult, right? Because autistic people are not like, black people or gay people or Muslims or anything like that.
Beyond racist to the point of actually sort of passing laws discriminating against black people. And generally be rather horrific. And just generally to black people in general. But at the same time, it's just...
and found ways to persist a culture of racism that would see black people are more likely to end up in prisons.
Damn it, we all know that white people smoke as much as black people. Littered with roads named after Confederate soldiers who fought for the right to sell black people as slaves. Fine. We're not racist, we're totally fine. We were killing black people, but we're fine. And it's... I just thought it would be a nice idea.
Transgender, women, black people. It's not like all these other demographics that fall under the grand